from the Weather Authority, here's Steve LaNore.
Boy, a pleasant night. Many spots still hovering in the mid-50s to around 60. Just a light jacket will do you. Now in the morning, maybe a few showers, so heads up on that. But the big rain is coming later in the day tomorrow. And before all that, we can enjoy a pretty sunset from our east central vantage point in Ada. And skies have generally been on the clear side tonight, but with southerly flow continuing, they'll tend to cloud up toward morning. And again, there could be a few light showers. The activity in the morning hours would not be anywhere close to severe. Fishing game forecast for your Friday, brought to you by Sherman Collision Repair. And tomorrow, another windy day. Winds may gust over 30 miles per hour. Not tonight or in the morning, but perhaps into the afternoon as this whole system kind of winds up. Now, luckily, it's going to be a fast mover, but it could deliver several hours of strong to severe storms in the evening tomorrow. After that, we should be good for the weekend. Tonight, wind flow out of the south for the most part, but there is a little weak front draped across the middle of Texoma, and it has made for some cooler weather to the north. Ada at 48 degrees this hour, contrasted with 60 Sherman and Denison, and Hugo, you're at 63. This front will tend to wash out by morning. Winds become south everywhere. Won't really be a weather maker for us as far as any chance of rain, and so that's kind of that on that little front. But for tomorrow, a weather alert for later in the day. Storms form probably around 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock, somewhere in that time frame. So towards sunset, could be some hail or damaging wind in any of the storms we see tomorrow evening, and even a possibility, folks, of an isolated tornado. The bigger threat, I believe, will be hail and damaging wind with any storms that do manage to get going. And I tell you what, my forecast confidence is not as high as usual on this. Let me tell you why. We have, according to the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, a big chunk of Texoma and an enhanced risk of severe weather tomorrow. Now, if the moisture can get here in time, we'll get a lot of bad weather in this region, but if the moisture is just a bit farther east, which is possible, then this entire severe weather area would also shift to the east, and we'd still get some bad weather, but over a smaller portion of the region. Just have to wait and see how that plays out tomorrow, but the heads up is there's definitely a chance for some rough storms tomorrow evening, especially along the east of I-35. And this is the upper level player. We have a very powerful low coming across California. It's really moving. It'll be into the Oklahoma Panhandle by this time tomorrow night, and as that approaches, it provides very strong lift in the upper atmosphere. Meanwhile, down at the surface, we have low pressure and a dry line coming out of West Texas tomorrow. We've talked about this for the last several days, more like a March or April setup. Nevertheless, here it comes. So very dry wind behind it and warm air, and then a moist flow from the Gulf ahead of it. This will help to focus storms in the afternoon. So they'll probably start forming along the dry line somewhere between 4 and 6 o'clock, or they may form a little farther east in the better moisture. So there's the uncertainty I was talking about with that. Now, the high-res version of this does show the activity forming a bit farther west. So after just maybe a few showers in the morning and a lot of clouds tomorrow, we'll start to see some showers and storms forming towards sunset and then moving to the east and becoming more intense in our eastern counties. So bottom line, the farther east you live in Texoma, the better chance you'll have to deal with some storms tomorrow evening. Farther west, the odds a bit lower. For tonight, mostly clear, 45 in Ardmore. Tomorrow, topping in at 71. Your rain chance 30% in our western zones. A lot of this stuff will probably form right along our east of I-35 tomorrow. Looking at 40 in Ada tonight, partly cloudy, so kind of cool in the northern counties. But tomorrow, 71 degrees in Tishomingo, a 40% chance of a storm by late in the day. Now tonight, a few showers, 20%. 61 in Paris tomorrow. Your best chance of rain is in the east at 70%, and that's probably the highest risk for severe as well. 20% tonight, Sherman and Medill, and 60% tomorrow. And again, a few of these storms may be severe anywhere in the viewing area, but the farther east you march down 82 or Highway 70, the higher that rain chance will be. We'll get the rain out of here well before sunrise on Saturday, so the weekend will be dry.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Thanks, Steve.